Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Play Transistor.
I'm Mike.
Yes, you are!
This is a pretty background.
Yeah, we can't turn subtitles on just yet, so we'll shut up for a second.
Hey, Red. We're not gonna get away with this, are we?
So if you notice, the light bar... Turn the subtitles on before I do anything else. The light bar on the DS4 blinks in conjunction with the sword. Uh-oh. There we go. Subtitles. That should really be on by default, especially for this game. Also...
Music volume? Voice volume. What?
No, I read somewhere that you can hear Red humming when you go to voice volume. Or Transistor humming.
Come on. Pull.
So we just get a straight-up cold opening for Transistor. This is the follow-up to Supergiant's Bastion. This plays a lot like Parasite Eve, and I actually feel really bad because I kind of snubbed this in my top 10. And the more I think about it, the more angry I get that I didn't put this in the top 10.
Oh, okay. So that is a USB stick, and you are.
It's not a USB stick. There is a USB stick shaped like it, but it is a sword.
No, that's a USB stick, and you plug it in to download people's lives.
Yikes.
Holy shit! Okay, I'm not gonna acknowledge that really though. So we play as Red. Red is a singer, but she's lost her voice. She was attacked at some point, and that's where we start the story.
So why?
And
did you kill that gentleman?
these are our main enemies of the game. These are the process. And we have our first two abilities.
Why aren't you gonna acknowledge that?
What?
Because I'm not just yet.
So there is some bullshit about that.
Yeah,
then.
we start off with two abilities. We have Crash, which is kind of short range. It'll stun people, and it makes them a little bit vulnerable. And we have Breach, which is long range.
I see.
Yeah. And we'll be able to do some cool stuff in just a second as the game gets going.
I'm really curious. Did I just call the functionality of that?
You called something that you learned pretty early. And here we get... This is where it's like Parasite Eve a little bit. Because you get this turn phase to plan your attacks out. So you can say, I want to do Crash, and then in turn, I can line this up so I hit both of the creeps here, and then execute it. So that bar on the top right, that has to be full before you can do another action, so it takes time to fill back up.
Okay, so you can go into that turn-based thing, or
Yeah,
you can do
or
it
I can do it in real time. And the cells that spawn after the enemies die, I have to be near them to pick them up. Otherwise, they will come back to life.
Ah, that's what they were explaining in the other one.
Yeah. It's an action RPG. It's similar to Bastion. It's a lot more of an in-depth RPG than Bastion was. This is more straight RPG. Bastion was more action.
Look at all that.
I gotta say,
We're on the edge.
I'm
Enamored with this beautiful style.
Oh yeah. This is a lot. This is a big improvement over Bastion's Heart, in my opinion.
Really. It's more of a unified theme.
No,
There's more of a consistent style to it.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Bastion
I love
is
Bastion.
this beautiful, vivid, vibrant watercolor. This is kind of the same style, but it's more. I think Jen Zee, the art director for the game, took a lot of inspiration from Art Nouveau. And she wanted to craft a cyberpunk world, but without that kind of dirty, gritty cliche that you see in, like... that you get out of stuff like Neuromancer. She wanted to go more Art Nouveau with it.
This looks awesome.
Yeah, there's something that you can never, ever take away from Supergiant stuff. Their art is unbelievable. Art and music, always incredible. And music, especially, is central to the story of Transistor. Because, like I said, Red is a singer, and she's lost her voice. So this is something pretty cool. Transistor is a voice without a body, and Red is a body without a voice.
Ah.
And they're very close to each other. That's Logan Cunningham doing the narrations, by the way. Logan Cunningham was the narrator Rux from Bastion.
We can use her.
So, obviously, Supergiant really likes this style of narrated narrative.
Yeah, it's nice.
And we picked Spark up. Did you notice what happened, by the way?
You took her
Her name
life.
is Lillian. She was dead when we got here.
Intersection.
Okay. So you took her.
So you
as a
called
power.
it. Transistor absorbs functions from other people. And this is, by the way, like, this seems to be a virtual world.
So
Because
hold on.
all of the abilities are named after programming functions. And you can see when you drag, I love this effect, the dragging the greatsword behind you. They're like these little they're kind of like circuit board patterns that the sparks follow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it appears to be some kind of, maybe it's a reboot scenario where it's like everyone's in mainframe. The city is called Cloudbank.
I couldn't stop them.
So when they say
Infinite style in this.
how did they take her voice?
You'll find out. Right now, we really don't know what's going on. I think the plot pacing in this is pretty good. So we'll get constant updates.
Young lady.
The game is named after the sword, yes?
Yes.
Do you get
So we can also backstab.
do you get a longer
Whoop.
do you get a longer
That's not back.
Do you get a longer
Now kill it immediately. Oh no, it teleports, right?
do you get a longer bar as your level goes up?
No, but you can use certain functions to increase the amount of to decrease the amount of the bar that your planning takes up.
Okay. And it teleports
So
every
you
time you
can-
try to backstab it.
Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is just live.
Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, and it has
Ghost.
little distractions too.
Oh no, too long. Sad Christmas.
Yeah, they turn into bad cells sometimes. Some of them respawn.
Oh, but
Some
if
of
they,
them turn into those,
but
and
it-
your health refills after every battle.
you can't reacquire them once they turn into bad cells, can you?
I could get a ride.
They
Well,
become
you can
use-
just kill them, and they're kind of tiny nuisances.
But I mean, they don't become pickups after that,
Right.
which means that you need to. And if you want
And
all the
here's like one of the only spots in the game where you really get a puzzle. So you need to press them both at the same time, but you can't. So you have to go into turn to do it. So you queue up the action on each of them, and then it kind of plays out your plan. It executes your plan,
Okay.
not in real time.
Okay.
How do I
It
fix
queues everything up at the same time.
Beautiful.
So this is Moyle P,
So what does he give you? I wonder.
a new ability. I think he gives you Jaunt, which is a dash.
It's him all
So you can play this all in real time, but you can also play it like a turn-based strategy game. That's your Jaunt.
That's really cool.
And this is one of the mobility functions are some of the few abilities that you can actually use while your turn is cooling down.
cut off our escape.
So if I go into turn and I execute a plan, I can still jaunt after I'm done with it before that bar fills back up.
Cool.
Let's see if I can crack. I don't think Spark does enough damage. I don't think it does more than Breach. No, not even close. So I think I can get at least 2 of those off. Yeah, that's 2 breaches is better.
I like this game style.
It's pretty awesome. Everything about it is just a cohesive whole. The world is rich and textured. It's very, very nice. So you
Bright
can see,
and vivid.
yeah. Oh god, I'm getting stuck against the wall. Now we can just do that again.
Maybe
And if
why
I
not?
get the right angle, I can hit both of them. I'm not gonna kill the creep, but
But that's overkill anyway.
yeah.
Oh good, there's only one what are they called?
Cell.
Cell.
Yeah. I was saying before, all the functions that you get are named after programming functions. So you have breach, crash, and we have more unlocking now. Bounce, mask. What was the other one? Jaunt.
You know, I'm thinking
So this is where it gets pretty crazy, because look at what these do.
chain reactor.
That's the active slot. There's an upgrade slot too, so you can upgrade functions with other functions. So you have literally like trillions of permutations
Holy shit.
by the end of this. So I'm gonna go with mask because that's stealth. And then also new mechanics will unlock pretty shortly.
You know, speaking of that, because you brought up crash as a program function, you know, the whole term bug originally came because back in the day when computers were the size of rooms,
Okay.
you know,
Bugs got into them.
yeah, they had actual bugs
Is
inside
that
the
is
system.
that true? That kind of sounds like an urban legend.
No, that's true. But it makes me
so
wonder,
I'm gonna uninstall Spark if
For
I
the-
can.
with
I
the-
can't yet.
with the term crash, does that mean like somebody crashed into the fucking thing and shut down a computer once?
Yeah, someone crashed a truck into one. So when you upgrade a function with another function, it modifies the hell out of it.
So the stealth thing would make that
so
like
Crash will deal... If you upgrade Crash with Mask, Crash will deal greater backstab damage to targets. Pretty good. Jaunt will very briefly render the user undetectable. Oh, this is all good. Yeah, I'll do that for Crash.
Can you only add it to
There we
one?
go. Hold on. No, I'm not going to do that. Uninstalling everything. So Crash will be on X. Breach will be on Y. Mask will be my triangle, and then Jaunt. And then what do I want to put Spark on?
What does Spark add?
Fan out multiple projectiles. Breach will fan out multiple projectiles. Jaunt will rain spark particles along the path.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And then there are passive slots for them too.
That actually reminds me of back in the day when if sometimes they have games where you can modify certain things and it would just add, it would do something, but it mostly would just look cool. So I would use that ability just to look cool. Like, what the fuck is it? The Paladin ability in World of Warcraft that gives you golden wings. There were times I would just activate that just to make my character look cooler.
And this is the first process upgrade.
Ooh.
So he's 2.0, he has a retaliation attack.
Meaning backstabbing will get him to turn around and fuck you
I
up.
think he'll counterattack you. Out of stealth, you do extra damage. So I think I want to Crash, Stealth, Breach, and that'll do max damage. And I'll be pretty close to killing him. 2.
I like how it slowly just... Oh god, he's faster.
Yeah. And there are creeps around.
You're up.
Boom. Oh god. Keep getting stuck on that wall.
Oh man.
So
Jerk.
that'll finish him.
Why do I call him a jerk?
Oh, that might hit both of them. So it's not quite... Time isn't quite stopped. It is slowed down, though.
By a lot. She becomes really fast. And you're close to death.
It's not that bad. It's actually not that dire.
What happens if you die?
You lose... Every time you run out of life, you lose a function.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you regain it?
After a few access points, you'll get it back. But it kind of tries to show you, hey, this setup that you're using isn't working out. Maybe you want to try something different.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to make sure that the PC that was recording our audio didn't turn off.
Yeah, good call.
Where were we at?
I forgot already.
That's our
Shit.
way out.
I went into computer fixing mode and then...
We
I was
went
like,
into IT.
Whoa!
What, the bike?
Oh my god, are you killing... Killing?
Are we Tetsuya from Akira? No.
Oh.
Take the
I think this
second
is inspired by Akira a little bit, though.
left.
Um,
And
Diablo and Parasite Eve, I think, were the big influences as far as gameplay goes. And Magic the Gathering, actually.
So, this isn't an actual gameplay part?
If you can hold X down and you get just a little boost of speed.
thought we were gonna
That's
skip
about all
town.
the interaction you get here, though.
We're going back there.
So, you can refer to the voice inside Transistor as Blue. You can refer to him as Breach.
I'll call him Blue.
Okay.
'Cause
Gives
blue
it
and red.
Blue and red, yeah. That's where that nickname comes from.
Back to those 2-bit Camerata pieces of trash.
So we just
What's that?
mentioned the Camerata. The Camerata
Look whatever
Is
you're
that-
thinking.
are,
Do me a favor.
I mean, they're more or less the Illuminati,
Don't let me
but not
go.
quite that bad. There are 4 individuals. It used to be 5. One of them was cut out before the game's release. There are 4 individuals who control, more or less, the city of Cloudbank here. They're responsible for shaping things. One of them's an engineer. One of them does a lot of recon for them. I can't remember what the other 2 do.
What happened? They crashed the
Lost
bike?
the set.
Yep. So we're going to a place called the Empty Set, which is another programming reference. And it's also the place where Red used to perform. The sword is Transistor. The voice inside the sword is not. They're different people.
Wait, the sword and
The sword is
another body.
the metaphor they use later on in the game. By the way, all these little containers around here, they contain...
Bad cell
yeah.
protected. But you don't want bad
The
cell.
metaphor they use later in the game is that the transistor is like a paintbrush. The process are the paint, and the Camerata are using the transistor and the process to paint Cloudbank like a canvas.
So you're not supposed to have Transistor.
No.
Stronger than the last one.
Or it's AI.
No.
Maybe not.
So, what the deal seems to be at this point is that you get ambushed by the Camerata, and whoever you were with, who appears to be a friend or a lover, gets killed in your place and absorbed into Transistor, and you walk away with a sword and your lover inside the Transistor.
Okay, so the voice is not your lover.
The voice is your lover.
Okay.
Just clean up the bad cells. It's not far enough. If you have one enemy at a time, you can actually chain stun them with Crash.
Can you increase the range of that?
You can.
Okay.
I think if you upgrade Crash with Breach, it increases the range.
But then you lose Breach.
Yeah. And Breach is kind of like your long-range damage dealer.
Terminal's still up.
Ooh.
So, on top of having a pretty touching, compelling narrative, there is a lot of lore in this. This, I don't think it's super lore heavy.
Or that.
But if you order something at Jan's, I think it spawns a couple enemies. Yep.
They're hungry too.
Oh shit, I'm trapped here. With weeds, which don't take a lot of damage.
Yeah, but they hurt you.
They hurt you if you're close to them, and they will also heal enemy processes.
That's cool.
God damn it, I can't get... Oh no, I can get behind him to backstab. Let's jaunt over. Yes, it is a backstab. Cool.
Hit it.
And then that will one-shot him. 2 and 3.
Nice.
Good.
So
It gives you a
jaunting,
little bit extra XP.
jaunting will bypass though. You'll phase through those as if they were never there.
Right. Like... Oh no, sometimes it does. There we go. I think it just depends on the max range of jaunt.
Yeah.
Fertile
Oh,
ground.
yeah, and this! You have a button that does nothing but that, flourish. The style is built so heavily into the
Never seen
pathos of the game.
Gold Walk?
Yeah, that's the district we're in. And you also have this.
What is
It's a hum button. She hums the theme of the game, or the main song, which is We All Become.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, it serves absolutely no gameplay function.
What are you doing with the...
I can't do
Why do you
that.
keep picking up
Wait.
the... Are you killing
Oh, no, I
them?
can.
You to get in. That's a first.
So is this... Oh, yeah, this is a side area.
Back for more.
Those packets will explode, which I could probably take advantage of. Oh, shit, John. Yeah. So I can hit that into him. That does a shit ton of damage. Oh, that'll
Yeah,
just...
that kills him.
Wait, no, that's a weed.
No, you're killing him. He's negative 200.
No, because he should have more health than that. Yeah, see? Pretty sure that was a weed. I can use another packet, though. Oh, he's 800. There we go. Hold on. How do I want to set this up? Like that. And then... I don't have much I can
How
do.
about this?
How about this? What do you mean, how about this?
So in Bastion, the narrator... Let me rephrase that. Bastion has a narrator. The narration in this one is more from the perspective of someone going along on the journey with you.
The tool.
Sure.
It keeps
Oh,
healing
he's-
itself.
Yeah, because he's by the weeds. I'm to take those out when I get a chance. Oh, no. By the way, I should also mention that this is a fairly dense game full of a lot of fucking information, so we're probably going to miss stuff. And this being only my second playthrough, we are going to overlook a lot of themes of the game.
Yay, you've got user level 3.
Yeah, so we
Ooh,
can pick
healing.
new functions. No, it's not healing. That's mind control, kind of.
Oh.
So we've load.
awesome.
I'm picking load. Load is actually really good. And next time we get to an access point, I'll show you something cool.
Jerk was hiding in here.
Jerk?
Whatever here is.
Yeah, that's the name of the big enemy.
Oh, right, the one that you just killed.
Yeah, the one that pounds the ground.
Jerk.
There we go, access point. Can we do this yet? Yeah. So you can inspect the function. Crash is the first one we got. And you know how all the functions are people you absorb?
Yes.
The first function is red.
Oh.
And it gives you background information on them. So that's where you learn that she's a singer.
5 years. Red demonstrated early interest in music despite...
She admits, however, she never wrote her music with the intent to stir controversy. Reasons I declined. Yeah. And then you can see what all the abilities do. So let's check out some of the functions. Because this is where you get... This is Breach. This is the second one we got. This is the one we get from Blue. And we don't know anything about him. Except you see there's a wound in his chest.
Well, but if
Data corrupted.
Yeah, but if Blue is supposed to be her lover, wouldn't she remember?
She remembers, but I guess it's not the data in the transistors corrupted.
She left for personal reasons.
Gender
Is it really
F.
in Platt?
She got an F in her gender.
Yeah.
That
Physics
joke
and
is-
negotiation.
That joke is so bad because it's supposed to be, F and sex.
One of these,
Doesn't work.
yeah.
It's bad.
Nah, she didn't fail gender. Reason studying, I want to go fast and go far. Holy shit, Sonic! Archie Comics is where iconic video game characters go to die now. Alex the Kid.
Wait, are you
Mega
telling
Man?
me Sonic is in
Yes.
Archie Comics?
Shaw's
Yeah,
been
you-
out of control.
Come on now.
I don't pay attention to this shit.
Shamar. And do we have the one I'm interested in yet? No. Wave 10 again, we know nothing about. Except load is really good, but I can't really do anything with it yet. Because I want that on my passive.
Hey, do you have I guess you never get a chance to get those other ones that you didn't get when you level up?
Oh, you get the choice between two at a time.
Yeah.
So next time it'll be the one I skipped and a new one.
Okay. Oh,
So
so
we
the
want to post
first
a
time
comment
it was...
on the forum? Dicks. Dick butt, dick butt,
Yeah,
dick
I'll
butt.
say.
You notice Red censored herself?
R.
Yeah.
Don't count.
Like she was gonna write something a little more subversive first, but then she went back and deleted the comment
Yeah,
and typed something new.
that's cool. But
Fearing that Camerata Illuminati.
I wish I wasn't talking because what's the sword's name again? Transistor made a
Transistor.
comment.
Neither of us
Comment.
can talk today. It's really bad. Oh wait, I came from this way because that's the restaurant.
Every time you do that, I think enemies are spawning.
Oh, because of the sparks
Yeah.
coming off of it.
Like, what the fuck?
Nah, there are enemies here. Ooh, hey, what's up? You know what? It's probably more efficient if I jaunt over to him. And
Jaunting
then
is always more efficient.
Crash, mask, breach. That kills. That actually overkills a lot.
As long as they hit,
Yeah. Oh, there's another. Hey.
there's always another. There's
Bring
always another to
around
take
the
its place.
Rosie.
That's a very morbid song for you to be singing right now.
Why is it morbid right now?
Well, just in general, it's a morbid song.
Yeah, it is. Ashes, ashes, they all fall down.
That song's about the black red death.
You mean the Black Plague?
I don't remember which plague it was for.
The Black Plague and the Red Death are the same thing.
I thought there was the red plague or some shit.
It's the Red Death.
Well, there's the mask of it. I know that much. You know what I started reading for Poe? Is the gold bug.
Drop the revelers in the blood-bedewed halls of the revel.
No, I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that.
Yeah,
No,
leave
but
Load alone
I
for
started
now.
reading the gold bug by
Get ready
Poe,
to get
and
jumped.
I'm regretting it.
Why is that?
It's way too much chat. He
Let's not
goes
stick
back
around.
through the entire first. You halfway.
Oh, yeah,
through-
you're right.
I'm like, what the fuck? Please stop.
Got some kind of cheerleader.
Yeah, another new enemy here. I think this is... What is this called? Cheerleader. They will buff and protect other enemies.
That's an appropriate name.
Yeah.
Why don't you jump through? Oh, that's why.
There's two creeps.
Can you jaunt over?
I don't know if I can jaunt across... Whoops. If I can jaunt across the water.
You did something like that.
I don't know if that's gonna work. Hold on. Let me reset that. I love playing this as turn-based.
It does seem interesting enough.
I don't like playing it real-time as much. It's a really interesting system, though, especially when we unlock some of the upcoming mechanics and abilities. There's some overpowered function combinations in this that are just ridiculous. Fortunately, we get a lot of those in the endgame.
Why does Breach do so much more damage?
Because that's what it is. It's the pure damage ability. Crash is more or less utility.
Oh. Was it
Also, that was
doesn't
really
stun, does it?
inefficient. Crash does stun, and it makes them vulnerable, so they take a little bit more damage. That's why I'm doing Crash, Mask, Breach.
Okay.
Because I make them more vulnerable with Crash. I mask, so I can come out with, when you come out of Mask, you do extra damage, and then Breach hits really hard.
I'm not used to games having your range attack, because that's your range attack that's doing all that
Mask
damage.
will create damaging blasts around the user when activated. Breach will deal damage in an area at the point of impact, but no longer penetrate. I can deal with that. I'm only going to have it upgrading Breach for a little bit.
Yeah, because Breach is your long range, isn't it? But it's
Yeah.
also your damage?
And I haven't been, like... When I go into turn, I just kind of set it and forget it. I don't really play with the ranges and the trajectory that much, so... That's what it looks like now. Oop. Also, I like that all of the abilities generally have different animations. We haven't seen them that much because we only have 2 damaging abilities, but it gets pretty elaborate.